Chapter 1. The Meaning of Life. Through years of research and contemplation, in my humble opinion, the meaning of life is for us to manifest the reality we desire so the Creator can experience itself through our experiences in ways we can't possibly comprehend. If this grand design holds true, it suggests we possess an extraordinary capability, the power to shape reality. In other words, our existence serves as a lens through which the Creator experiences itself. First off, it doesn't take a genius to understand the universe, in all its infinite complexity, seems purposefully designed to support life. If you factor in all the variables, our likelihood of existence is the largest number with any practical meaning. In other words, there is nothing in the universe that requires such a large number to count. The number of all the atoms in all the stars and planets is a mere 10 to the 82nd power. Whereas the likelihood of human existence is 1 in 10 to the 2,685,000th power. That's 1 with 2,685,000 zeros after it. Even the most skeptical of individuals would have to admit that under these circumstances, life is special. And in this first video, I'm going to make the case, using hard science, that the universe was created specifically for the purpose of supporting it. At the heart of this cosmic dance lies what I believe to be the fundamental force, pure, unconditional love. This isn't merely an emotion, but the creative principle or logos, the foundation upon which the law of attraction builds. Love, in its most profound sense, serves as both the medium and the message of universal creation. The mechanics of manifesting begins with a fundamental understanding of life itself. To truly comprehend the human experience, we must first define the essential nature of what it means to be a human alive in this world. At its core, life is an intricate tapestry of experiences, each one a catalyst, compelling us to make emotionally charged decisions. These experiences and our decisions in response exist in perfect symbiosis. The more powerful the catalyst, the more energy-dense our decision. And it is incredibly important to understand that regardless of the experience, no matter how energetic, there are only two possible decisions: a selfish, self-serving decision or a selfless service to others decision. If love is the creative principle, then it stands to reason there is no creative potential in making a selfish decision, as there is only one emotion associated with self-serving behavior. That's fear, and fear is merely you believing you're not going to get what you want. Think about that next time someone cuts you off in traffic. In these pages, I will dig deep into this and much more as I deconstruct the art and science of manifestation. This exploration will inevitably lead us through humanity's most profound questions. Why are we here? What did we come from? What purpose do we serve? What gives us the extraordinary power to manifest our desires? And more important, how can we understand this gift? Such an exploration naturally ventures into territories where perspectives vary widely. What I present here is my personal philosophy, my interpretation of life's meaning, the nature of the Creator, and everything that lies between. I offer these insights not as absolute truths, but as possibilities for your consideration. If certain ideas challenge your beliefs, I invite you to embrace what resonates with your spirit and leave the rest for others who might find meaning in them. I come to you not as an authority, but as a fellow seeker, a humble messenger driven by an unwavering desire to share my experiences. My deepest hope is that these insights will help illuminate your path toward manifesting your dreams into reality. For those seeking an immediate technical definition of manifestation, I shall provide one shortly. But first, let us embark on this journey of understanding together. For the impatient, here is the technical definition of manifesting. Balancing the emotional energy of love focuses the angular velocity of light to resonate with the vibration of desire. In Chapter 3, we will unravel this definition in its entirety, but first, we must return to the beginning, to the foundation upon which everything else is built. It all starts with infinity. Infinity stretches beyond our mental grasp. Its boundlessness requires a conceptual anchor, a term that can encapsulate its essence while remaining accessible to human understanding. That term is unity. Unity represents the state where all is connected. In Chapter 1, I will attempt to explain using hard science that everything in the universe is one. To grasp this fundamental nature of reality, we must first embrace a revolutionary concept. There is no true emptiness in our universe. What appears as void is actually teeming with dark matter, its presence evident in the cosmic dance of celestial bodies. The precise orbital mechanics of our solar system reveal a truth far more extraordinary than simple gravitational attraction. Dark energy, an invisible yet omnipresent force, orchestrates this cosmic ballet, not only maintaining our planet's orbits, but also binding together the 200 billion stars of our Milky Way in its magnificent spiral form. This force presents us with an intriguing paradox. According to the second law of thermodynamics, our 13.8 billion-year-old universe should have descended into chaos, its galaxies scattered to the cosmic winds. Instead, we observe increasing organization and structure, as if some cosmic mechanic continuously fine-tunes the universal machinery. The magnitude of these organizing forces is staggering. Physicist Nassim Haramein's work on quantum fluctuations reveals their true power through his analysis of Planck's density. His calculations suggest that a single cubic centimeter of seemingly empty space contains potential energy equivalent to all the stars in all galaxies combined, approximately 10 to the power of 93 per cubic centimeter. This emerges from the quantum mechanical principle that total energy equals the sum of potential and kinetic energy, E equals V plus K. This quantum fabric encompasses everything we know: gravity, electromagnetism, and both nuclear forces, strong and weak. Visible matter, remarkably, comprises only a fraction of this cosmic totality. Haramein's research suggests that everything in our universe, from vast superclusters to terrestrial temperatures to individual atoms, consists of these quantum fluctuations, all interconnected in a single unified field. This unity manifests in the inseparable nature of space, mass, and electromagnetic fields. From the smallest quantum scales to the largest cosmic structures, everything exists as part of an intricate web of relationships. Remove any single element, and the entire tapestry begins to unravel. Perhaps the most compelling evidence for this universal unity lies in quantum entanglement, a phenomenon that defies our conventional understanding of space and time. When two particles become entangled, they remain intimately connected regardless of their physical separation, even across billions of light years. A change in one instantaneously affects the other, transcending the traditional limits of cause and effect. This quantum interconnectedness suggests a deeper truth. Every atom in the cosmos may be linked through an invisible network of relationships. This universal entanglement forms the cornerstone of my theory about consciousness's role in shaping reality. In a universe where everything is fundamentally one, our conscious experiences and intentions may ripple through the quantum fabric itself, influencing the very nature of reality. Chapter 2. We bring matter into existence. What I'm about to share challenges our fundamental understanding of reality. Particles do not exist in a definite state until we observe them. This isn't speculation, it's demonstrated through numerous quantum experiments. When we observe a particle, it's forced to collapse from a state of multiple possibilities into a single, measurable reality. In essence, atoms don't manifest as solid matter until consciousness intersects with their quantum potential. This phenomenon underlies various quantum behaviors: superposition, tunneling, and even the basic operation of quantum computers. Consider the quantum computer's use of supercooled strontium-87 isotopes. Unlike classical computers that use binary digits or bits of 1 or 0, quantum computers employ quantum bits or qubits that can exist as 1, 0, or remarkably, both simultaneously. This superposition only resolves into a definite state upon measurement. The very act of observation forces the electron to choose a position, forming the foundational principle of quantum computing. The famous Copenhagen double-slit experiment provides perhaps the most compelling demonstration of this observer effect. Originally designed to investigate light's dual nature as both wave and particle, this experiment reveals something profound about reality itself. When scientists fire electrons through a single slit, They behave predictably as particles, striking the detection screen in a consistent pattern. However, introduce a second slit and their behavior transforms dramatically. They create an interference pattern characteristic of waves, making their final position impossible to predict. Louis de Broglie, who lived from 1892 to 1987, proposed an elegant explanation for this puzzling behavior through his pilot wave theory. He suggested that particles move through an undetectable energy field that behaves like a fluid. As particles traverse this medium, they generate waves that ripple outward, influencing the trajectories of other particles. This isn't merely theoretical. The same pattern can be reproduced in fluid dynamics experiments using silicon fluid and tiny beads, suggesting a deeper connection between quantum and classical physics. This understanding leads us to a revolutionary conclusion. There is no true empty space between objects. The quantum fluctuations that permeate our universe don't just connect everything, they are everything, simultaneously existing as both the objects we observe and the medium through which they move. This concept mirrors what Isaac Newton termed ether 3 centuries ago, proposing it as a fluid-like medium to explain gravity. Newton recognized that an immense reservoir of potential energy must permeate space for phenomena like gravity to function. Without it, his famous apple would have simply floated rather than fallen. These insights suggest that consciousness plays a fundamental role in manifesting reality. By observing the quantum world, we don't merely witness existence, we participate in bringing it into being. This astonishing relationship between observer and observed hints at why the universe seems so exquisitely tuned for conscious experience. Chapter 3. We are basically pure energy. Einstein's famous equation E equals mc squared reveals a scientific truth. Energy and mass are fundamentally the same thing. This equivalence leads us to an astounding realization. What we consider solid matter is actually 99.999999996% empty space, or pure energy. This seemingly impossible statement becomes clearer when we examine the structure of atoms, the building blocks of everything we know. An atom consists of 3 primary particles, electrons orbiting around a core made of protons and neutrons. The scale of emptiness within atoms defies imagination. If we enlarged an atom's nucleus to the size of Earth, its orbiting electrons would be found near Alpha Centauri, 26.7 trillion miles away. Everything between these particles is seemingly vacant space. Consider that the human body contains approximately 50 trillion cells, each composed of roughly 100 trillion atoms. Yet with all these atoms, we are only 0.00000000004% physical matter. In the most literal sense, we are almost entirely energy. The forces binding these atoms together are equally mind-boggling. Nuclear fission, the process powering atomic bombs, offers a glimpse into this power. Yet even the devastating force of a nuclear explosion represents only about 0.1% of an atom's total potential energy. The Hiroshima bomb used just 1.1 kilograms of uranium, converting approximately 700 milligrams of atomic mass into kinetic energy, roughly 1/3 the weight of a dime. This tiny amount of matter released enough energy to level a city. This raises a perplexing question. If everything is mostly empty space, where does weight come from? 7 square inches of uranium weighs about 1 kilogram, yet only 0.0000000000004 of that is actual matter. Science attributes this weight to quarks and gluons, particles so minuscule they elude even our most powerful electron microscopes. These fundamental particles, through mechanisms we're still working to understand, somehow generate the property we experience as mass. To grasp these atomic forces, we must understand the 2 fundamental nuclear forces at work. The strong nuclear force, mediated by gluons, binds protons and neutrons together in the nucleus. The weak nuclear force governs radioactive decay. These forces work in concert with electromagnetism, which keeps negatively charged electrons orbiting around the positively charged nucleus. When a nuclear bomb detonates, we witness the effects of disrupting the strong nuclear force's grip on the nucleus. This atomic architecture, vast empty spaces held together by incredible forces, suggests that our physical reality is far more ethereal than we typically imagine. We are, in essence, complex patterns of energy temporarily taking form as matter. This understanding fundamentally challenges our perception of solidity and opens new possibilities for understanding consciousness and its relationship to the physical world. Chapter 4. Consciousness brings matter into existence. Having established that everything in our universe is interconnected through the most powerful electromagnetic force known to exist, we can now explore perhaps the most extraordinary phenomenon of all, the role of consciousness in shaping reality. This isn't metaphysical speculation, it's grounded in quantum mechanics and demonstrable through scientific experiment. Remember that what we perceive as solid matter comprises only a minuscule fraction of reality. The rest exists as a vast ocean of quantum fluctuations, pure potential energy that only manifests into definite form when observed. The Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics provides striking evidence of this through the double-slit experiment. When electrons pass through the slits, their behavior becomes unpredictable, appearing in different positions each time they're observed. But here's the crucial insight. It's the very act of conscious observation that causes these particles to manifest in specific locations. This revelation is nothing short of revolutionary. Our consciousness, the simple act of observation, literally brings aspects of reality into existence. This isn't a philosophical abstraction or a metaphor, it's a fundamental principle so concrete that it forms the basis for quantum computing technology. When we observe quantum systems, we don't merely witness reality, we participate in its creation. If consciousness can influence matter at the quantum level, and everything in our universe is built from these quantum foundations, then our role in the cosmos is far more significant than we've previously imagined. We are not passive observers, but active participants in the ongoing creation of reality. This understanding bridges the gap between ancient wisdom about manifestation and cutting-edge quantum physics, suggesting that our ability to influence reality may be woven into the very fabric of the universe. Chapter 4. Scientific evidence suggesting intelligent design. The universe presents us with an array of scientific anomalies and precise coincidences that collectively challenge purely materialistic explanations for existence. From the quantum scale to cosmic structures, we find patterns of precision that seem suspiciously conducive to conscious life. The extraordinary precision of universal constants provides perhaps the most compelling evidence for intelligent design. The strong nuclear force maintains a tolerance of just, 0.0000000000000000000002. If it was 0.5% stronger, hydrogen would be unstable. And if it were 2% weaker, complex atoms couldn't form. Any deviation would cause atomic nuclei to either fly apart or collapse. Yet it sits exactly where needed for both hydrogen and heavy elements to exist. The cosmological constant, also known as dark energy, is fine-tuned to 1 part in 10 to the power of 120. If it was slightly stronger, the universe would have expanded too rapidly for galaxies to form. Conversely, if it was slightly weaker, the universe would have collapsed back on itself. The electromagnetic force. It must maintain a precise ratio with gravity, 1 part in 10 to the power of 40. If altered by 1 part in 10 to the power of 40, chemical bonds wouldn't form properly. Its strength is exactly what's needed for complex chemistry, enabling stable stars and planets. Solar system precision. Our cosmic neighborhood exhibits remarkable coincidences essential for life. Earth's orbital characteristics. It has a nearly circular orbit, varying only 3% from perfect circularity. This maintains temperatures within the narrow 100 degrees Celsius window for liquid water. Earth is positioned perfectly in the Goldilocks zone. The Moon's perfect properties exactly 400 times smaller than the Sun. The Sun is exactly 400 times farther away. This creates perfect solar eclipses, unique in our known universe. Its mass and distance stabilize Earth's 23.5-degree axial tilt, preventing chaotic climate variations. Jupiter's protective role. Acting as a cosmic shield with its massive gravitational field, it captures or deflects approximately 99% of potential Earth-threatening objects. Without Jupiter, Earth would experience 1,000 times more catastrophic impacts. Quantum mechanics reveals several phenomena suggesting consciousness plays a fundamental role in reality. Particles exist in multiple states until observed. Consciousness appears to collapse quantum possibilities into definite realities. Einstein's spooky action at a distance. Particles remain instantaneously connected regardless of separation. This defies our understanding of space and time. Particles behave differently when observed. They display either wave or particle properties based on measurement. This suggests a deep relationship between consciousness and physical reality. The atomic world demonstrates improbable precision. Forms exactly 4 chemical bonds, ideal for organic molecules. Bonding energy precisely calibrated for stable yet flexible compounds. 4% variation would make complex chemistry impossible. Water's unique properties. Expands when freezing, preventing oceans from freezing solid. Surface tension, boiling point and solvent properties perfectly calibrated. 2% variation in any property would make complex life impossible. Life itself presents several puzzling features. A single strand contains the equivalent of 600,000 pages of information. The genetic code is optimized for error correction, being one of the best possible configurations out of 10 to the power of 84 possibilities. Cellular machinery performs 100,000 precisely coordinated chemical reactions per second. Proteins fold into functional shapes in seconds instead of universe lifetimes. The mathematical probability suggests guided rather than random processes. The human brain. 86 billion neurons making 100 trillion connections. It operates with remarkable efficiency using only 20 watts. Demonstrates unprecedented information processing capability. Mathematical mysteries. Mathematics reveals unexplained patterns. Approximately 1/137. Crucial for atomic stability. A 1% variation would prevent star formation. The golden ratio appears throughout nature. From the spirals of galaxies to the growth patterns of plants, it suggests an underlying design principle. Dimensionality. 3 spatial dimensions allow stable orbital systems. Different dimensionality would make complex structures impossible. The nature of consciousness presents several scientific puzzles. How physical processes generate subjective experience remains unexplained. It suggests consciousness might be fundamental rather than emergent. Studies suggest consciousness operates beyond physical brain boundaries. This indicates a possible fundamental role in reality. It demonstrates the mind's mysterious influence over physical matter. This suggests a deeper mind-matter connection. These anomalies and coincidences collectively suggest our universe appears intentionally designed to support conscious life. The mathematical improbability of these alignments challenges random chance. Consciousness may play a more fundamental role than currently recognized. Reality appears more interconnected and purposeful than materialistic models suggest. Thank you for watching Chapter 1 of The Mechanics of Manifesting by Jason Van Zandt. You can order this book on Kindle for 99 cents, link in the description. In Chapter 2, we will explore scientific proof of a creator, which is a fundamental requirement in balancing your red ray energy